Hello everyone, welcome back to more for Silent Hill F. I am the Black Shadow, new recording session as we're continuing our second journey through this game. I have definitely enjoyed the little tweaks that have been introduced on the new Game Plus run, kind of giving little extra details of events that are going on, but it's been largely sort of scratching the surface. However, I am pretty confident we're about to start getting into the real truth of what is going on in town. We already think, or at least I think I know, who the actual identity of Foxmask is. That being of a young boy called Kodayuki, who was a member of Hinako's class and was a boy that she saved from a fox attack in the park way back when. And this is, I guess, Kodayuki repaying the debt, although it still doesn't explain a whole lot about why he's in the shrine or why he's ultimately acting the way that he is, but maybe more on that later. We still don't know a whole lot about Junko. There's the doll as well that keeps appearing, warning us about the bad things the Inari are doing. And the fact that we're about to go into the shrine to go through the path of, like, removing the history of Hinako's friends in the shrine, but already upgraded with the arm and all that stuff. Upgraded maybe is not the word I should be using, but it's the word they would use for sure. So I think things are about to start changing very vastly.
It's a beautiful arm. Even the blood is alluring.
Oh. Thank you very much.
I gotta say, it's pretty messed up, so yeah. In the original run, you have to go through this whole section using, like, the Naginata and whatever else, to eventually get through here, get to the next area, and then that's when all this crazy stuff starts happening, but we're already here. So I'm curious to see how this is all going to go ahead and play out. Combat-wise, maybe not so much, but the actual cutscenes could be very, very different, but we'll have to see. So, Minor, we need to get our way through the door here. We've got these two sections to clear through. I'm going to take them in the same order we did in the first run. I mean, that seems reasonable to me. So reminder down here, in this section, we have a variety of these blue lanterns. Now, what the blue lanterns will do is they will cleanse any evil spirits that are killed within its light. Which is good for previous Hinako, because that would deal with the enemies for us. But in a way, it's not good for us, because I don't think we want to cipher their actual souls ourselves and claim the power, so we'll improve our hex so that we can use our special attacks more often.
This is Sakuko's.
That, at least, is the idea. Also, what do I need for that? Okay, a little bit more. Got one more email left. I might, again, I'm considering holding on for an Omori slot. We'll see. So, yeah. So that's it being affected there, for example. So if we kill it, Soul gets siphoned for us, and I don't think we claim the benefits of that. I could be wrong, but we'll see. But definitely, this is significantly different to what we had in previous runs. So God knows what to expect in that front. Now, there is something we do need to do while we're down here, however, and that is something that I accidentally missed, and I realized that I missed but too late in my first run, is that there is a room back here. Now, this did exist in the first run, and it's clearly marked on the map, but I have no way to know how to actually open it right now, and we're going to have to try and figure that one out. There could well be interesting prizes. It's nothing, doesn't seem to be anything specific, I don't think, to doing it initially. Like we've got the badge now that says through, so we need to figure out how to get that open. But we'll work on it, you know. Yeah, I see you. I see you as I try to bait him in and fail miserably. There's stupid things out there. Now, there are definitely advantages to having the arm. It's definitely very powerful. As you can see, it does a lot of damage. Which is very, very strong indeed. And should make a lot of use out of that for sure. But the attacks are also, you know, a bit pricey, so you've got to be careful about that. I had a strange dream. It was about a very old sword. One that was cursed, steeped in evil energy. The sword must be the source of the corrupt god's power. I'm sure of it because the sword itself is divine. It can't be destroyed. However, if someone were to purify it, then surely the corrupt god could be weakened. If the sword can be submerged in the elixir that exorcises evil spirits, then it could be used to sever the strings that control those who roam lost through the fog. Forgot that was in here. Nice. Definitely worth noting. So, something that I have decided that I am ultimately going to be doing as well in this run is as I mentioned in the last video, I'm going to show off all the endings. Because it's actually not that difficult for me to show off all the endings, all things being honest. We did the UFO in a bonus video last time, and there are 2 endings available to us currently, which revolves around the fate of finding either the sword, and whether we purify it or not, but also finding the Agura, which is meant to be some kind of holy elixir. But we do not know very much about how or where we can find that, so that's going to prove to be a little bit tricky. But we'll see how we go here. Go ahead and enshrine that. We'll shrine the Yokins as well, because we're doing pretty good for health. I got 5 freaking toolkits. Good God. My inventory is kind of nuts right now. Yeah, I think I am going to hold for 3,000. And I'm going to try and make a push for this to get that 4th Omori slot. I think that will be the best thing we can use at this point. Our statistics itself are actually pretty decent, so I don't think we're in huge concern there. Dear Hinako, good luck and bad luck are 2 sides of the same coin. For one person, today could be lucky, but for someone else, it might be the opposite. But right now, a bright sun shines upon you. But that sun also makes your shadow very long and dark. Dark shadows draw evil towards them. I really didn't want to send you a letter like this on your special day, but I just couldn't get it off my mind. I sense that your fortune has taken a turn for the worse. There's just something not right about the sun and the shadow that surround you. Where are you, Hinako? This should be a day's celebration, yet you're... And that is all of that. Grandpa is saying that he'll let the shrine come to an end after his generation. Not many people bother visiting such a small, insignificant shrine. It seems nobody wants to go to the effort of coming all the way here to pray for Inari-sama. There are Koran statues dedicated to Inari-sama all over town. Anyway, I want folks to just go wherever is closest and let them pray. There's no reason for them to come to the shrine. But if there were more devout worshippers, if people held more respect for the shrine, then maybe Senensugi Shrine could be restored to its former glory. Are these just events unfolding as the gods have planned, just like Grandpa always says? Does Senensugi Shrine no longer serve a purpose? No, it simply can't be true. I've heard how the gods weep. Sakago's dream is to restore the shrine to its former glory. But would such a thing even be possible? I can't really imagine the town's elderly residents climbing all the way up here. People here used to worship a 1,000-year cedar. Now they pray to the Inari statues. I'm starting to think that rather than some revered god, maybe humans hold more power because we choose which god to worship. That's one way to look at it, perhaps. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Okay, so that gets us access to where we need to go here and to do some more puzzling. Let's get rid of the kudzu tea. We don't need that much. I have so many ridiculous levels of items. I've got 10 bandages. I have 10 bandages. That's kind of nuts. It still, like, horribly unsettles me seeing that. Especially because when I was, like, very young, I was pretty afraid of the dark too. It seems a bit ridiculous looking back at it now, but, like, I had a huge fear of the dark when I was, like, 7, 8 years old. It made me very, very uncomfortable. So I can sort of understand, So, we have the key, which means we can get out of here, but we still need to work out how the hell to get this door open. Oh! Oh, completing that puzzle opens the door. Okay. That's cool. Ah. The Bolo Memori. Great decreases stamina consumed by heavy and charged attacks. That's not bad. It's something I kind of wish I'd had the first time I played this game. I don't think that's a huge deal anymore, frankly, for us. But, yeah. A little annoyed that I ended up missing that, all things being equal. But, it is what it is. Normally, I hate gym class. But today was different. Something nice happened. Little Miss Perfect tripped and fell today. Looks like even Hinako, the star athlete, can mess up. She scraped her knee and started bleeding. I wish she'd fallen flat on her face and ruined that pretty nose of her too. Damn. Friendships are, complicated. Okay, so we're heading down towards the other section here. This is the thing with Rinko in, like, the fire cage. Now, something I do distinctly remember is that down here, there's a little gap in the wall, and that this leads to a couple of rooms. You got a room over here, and then down here was a room we could never access. Another of the Arinari Fox symbols. That's not unsettling. We got an emo for our troubles with the Swallow Omori. Performing a counter without using focus, it increases damage inflicted. Stacks up to 5 times and resets the damage taken. Okay, that's potentially good. And that's a ton of damage available to you, but that also is very hard to actually make a ton of use out of, so, it's kind of like, okay. The other day, my honourable father-in-law told me that fate had smiled upon me, that my blood had been blessed by the stars. If I attempt to interpret his words, I can only understand them to mean that he believes that an intervention of good fortune, or coincidence, allowed me to be so connected with this house. However, I do not believe he meant to humble me with his words. Instead, I think his words should be taken more literally. My very blood was favoured by fate. In the world of mortals, there exist rare individuals who possess none A, B, O blood types. They're the three most common groups. So maybe having blood that was blessed by the stars simply means that I was born with a rare mutation. After all, there are many variations, some of which are as uncommon as 1 in 100,000 people. This is true. Perhaps when a human child who possesses blood that contains the power to deepen the bond between mortals and gods is born into a village, they are selected as a candidate for heterogamous marriage. Is that how you pronounce that? Apparently it's hierogamous. Hierogamous, apparently. That's, yeah, try saying that 10 times really fast. That is tough stuff. I wonder who shall be next to be welcomed into this world. If it is another child beloved by fate, then I would like to do all in my power to help their transition into a new life. Okay. Interesting. So, the whole idea of like hierogamy, I guess how you pronounce it, it means basically relations between gods and goddesses. A human child who possesses blood that contains the power to deepen the bond between mortals and gods is born into a village. They are selected as a candidate. Is this why all the Inari stuff is happening? Is Hinako blessed? My future friend, spring unfurls around me in vivid colours. I write you this letter. Upon your arrival, you may bear anxiety about your new life. The slightest remembrance of your old home may call tears to your eyes, like it once did to mine. The scent of ripe plums joins with wild warblers' birdsong in bittersweet union. Memories that call me home to a mountain village spring. Everywhere I turn, I am met with splendor. The sound of chirping warblers, the smell of sweet plums. I am certain that this land, though new to you, shall become a place of respite and tranquility. You and I call the same village home, so please share with me whatever weighs on your mind. I am eager to hear your stories of home, and together yeah. So, we're starting to go down the route now of... I was already pretty convinced that, yes, indeed, Kodayuki is Foxmask, though we still don't quite know why he's doing the things he's doing. But now we're starting to get into the realm of Hinako is special. Somehow. And that is having a significant impact on how she's able to experience the things that she's experiencing. I'd say it makes a degree of sense.
Lunch. Recess. Friends?
I know. It's a weird concept to me too. I wasted years of my life at school carefully putting on the good girl act, pretending I was perfect in every way, basking in my own sense of superiority. Back then I sincerely believed I was better than everyone else. But things are different now. I can see how I've been looking down on others just to falsely raise myself up. I can't help but wonder, though, Has everyone else seen through my act this whole time? Hinako, Sakuko, even Shu. Maybe they've always seen through me, straight to my rotten core. Maybe all this time, they were only pretending to be my friends. But I'm not the one at fault. It's all because of that awful Hinako. If only you were gone, then I wouldn't be feeling like this. It's kind of nasty how, like, the world around us, like, these are probably real worries and concerns that, like, they would have felt like, you know, these kids would have been feeling. But to, like, turn it so, like, violently like this is kind of rough. In continuation from last semester, I'm to be class president once again. I hope we can make this another wonderful semester. The role of class president holds a lot of responsibilities. I think I'm up to the task. Even when I was young, I always wanted to be the mum or big sister whenever I played house. I think it's because I really enjoyed looking after others. I believe that every single student in our class had things they excels in, and as well as things they could stand to work on. In my view, the purpose of a class president is to help others with their shortcomings so we can make school an enjoyable place for everyone. It's still messed up seeing Hinako like that. Like, just... It's hard to get over it, you know? It's hard to get over. So that brings us back to...
Shu.
Ebi Sugaoka. And a very important part of our journey. So, you might remember that in the midst of going through Ebi Sugaoka, we have been locating and finding Jizo statues across town. We have indeed found a few of them. One over here, and a couple others located. We have to find certain important items and then find the statues that belong to them and return them. And if we can find all 5, we can probably break the spell that is hiding the sacred sword in town. There isn't much left of the game, so we better find these last 5 pretty quick.
Come. Shu. The plan's to meet up. At your place, right?
That's the idea. And this is why you can't go back to the bird statue if you missed it.
Just too many.
Of course, we know what or almost who that is now. Alright. Let's go adventuring. Ah, okay. Another diary. And then, in the Edo period, Ebi Sugaoka witnessed another faith-changing event. The divine tree, the symbol of their religion, was struck by lightning and burned down. We've heard of this a variety of times. By this time, the ideologies of the Tsukumogami faith had taken root, and sacredness was now determined by the antiquity of an object. Tsukumogami is the old faith that was here before the Inari. The divine tree was not worshipped for subduing the water dragon. Instead, it was only due to the fact that it was the oldest object in the area. And so a new divine object was decided upon to take the tree's place. The next target for worship was the next oldest thing, the Inari. Before long, faith in the Inari statue itself developed, mixing in the Tsukumogami faith to create an amalgamation of beliefs completely unique to Ebisugaoka. To this effect, the mongrel Inari faith here in Ebisugaoka has almost no likeness to that practiced throughout the rest of Japan, and boasts a pathetically superficial history. Even this changing of idols has been turned into some epic divine story by the priests. This is the nonsense they came up with. With the divine tree destroyed by lightning, the land lost its guardian, and the ancient evil water dragon attempts to rise from its slumber. Hearing the town's plight, a family of benevolent foxes travelled far from the west to subdue the dragon once more. The people's faith in them bolsters their power, and without enough power, the dragon shall wake once more. So now they are convincing locals to devote themselves to a new god, Inari-sama. What a pretty little vicious circle that is. Water Dragon, Divine Tree, Tsukumogami, and now Inari-sama. These pathetic people believe their faith has 1,000 years of history, yet it's been mutilated time and again to suit their petty needs. Man truly is a fickle beast. I mean, you're not wrong, but there are consequences. The believer's world and the god's realm are not impervious to change. No matter how revered a god may be, their believers can choose to worship another god, or the religion could prove impossible to preserve in its original form. The Tsukumogami faith, where one would worship old things, shifted over to Inari faith once the object of worship changed to the moss-covered Inari statues. I'm sure the mix of the Inari faith and Tsukumogami faith is only one of many cases. And once 100 years pass, who knows? The Tanuki statues of Shigaraki could be the next object of worship. But you do now have the situation where, the Tsukumogami faith was abandoned for the Inari, and leads to the... I can imagine definitely, like, people think that their worship's something that's been around for hundreds or thousands of years, but realistically, it doesn't work like that. It's been screwed around constantly. Which is interesting, It's interesting. Okay, 2600 faith. I am saving up for the Omori slot. I know we could definitely grab a couple of these, but I'm willing to make the investment here. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun around here, that's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. So we need 400. That's 200. That's 280. 330. Donate one more chocolate, that's fine. 410, which means we can now get ourselves our 4th Omamori slot. Very, very, very nice. I think that is hefty. Oh! I can't get the 5th slot until a 3rd run? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I didn't actually expect that to be the case, but okay, I guess. Alright. There are probably still other Omoris that I haven't got, because I haven't drawn them, but it's fine. Hawk, Rabbit, Hound. I did find another Blessed Hammer. I forgot to make mention of this. This was, man, where the heck even was this? I forget now. We found it on our travels. I think I found it in the shrine area, actually. But I can't quite recall. Somewhere or another. Just give me pine. Make me feel happy about my life. Sounds good to me. Beautiful.
Shu. Ringo?
Thing's dead. Wait a minute. I don't remember being here very much. I remember the area we're at here, but this is new. The Goto Mori. Less damage when facing multiple enemies. Scales the number of enemies. That's actually not bad. Nice.
I bet I could use this.
Nice way of dealing with kind of group style enemies. But yeah, like, I remember this place kind of. This is where we've got to be trying to find the gate keys so that we can get the heck off the mountain. But I don't recall ever being able to actually get inside of this. I just remember coming here. I remember like grabbing hold of like an axe or something, and then just all hell breaking loose around here. I remember being able to get inside. My sanctuary is still incomplete. I'm lonely. So lonely. That was a good film. It feels like I'm gonna freeze. I need to gather more women. But wait, when I do, they all go away. Mommy, why do you leave me all alone? I need to go gather more women, but even when I do, they all go... What the hell? It's a bit deranged. That's the key we need. Complications! Oh, shit! Having issues! Let me get out of here. These fucking things is always the worst. No! Cease his activities! I don't have to... There's a lot happening right now. I can't really describe it all. But it is going to result in my death. So that's cool. Whatever. Game. Get him! Yeah! Eat that fucking counter. Jeez! I knew nothing about her being there. It's all happening. Get out of my face! Stamina. I don't have anything right now. This is so bad. Leave me alone, damn it! Let my people go! Oh, that Goto Mori we just had about taking less damage against multiple combatants. That should be useful right about now, wouldn't it? I missed! Damn!
It's over.
That was a messy fight. I mean, we won, but at what cost?
This is in rough shape. I'm going to need to find a replacement fast.
Oh, we will. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Alright, let's keep enshrining stuff. We did find a lot of good stuff around here. I'm actually going to enshrine like all of that. I guess we're up to 1630, which is enough for a health upgrade, so we'll take it. Sounds good to me. It's a pretty decent bar now. Especially compared to where we started. Yeesh. I must say, though, like, I've gone through this entire area so far in the forest, in the mountain path, and I have yet to find anything item-wise, Jizo Shrine-wise. It's a little concerning. I'm not going to lie. It's a little concerning. I hope to God I haven't missed it. That would be, that'd be pretty bad. So this is the end of the chase sequence. where the power of the old Tsukumogami, seemingly still evident around here, manages to banish away the Inari and the fox monster.
Is it finally over?
I don't know what would happen if you decide to walk back down there. I have no interest in finding out. I'm sure it will be fine. Okay then. So yeah, did the whole section here. Didn't find anything, which I'm hoping is going to be okay. We'll see. So if you go up these stairs here, the other route is what we need to do to get to Shu's house. But up here leads to the old shrine area up here.
Is this Sakuko's old shrine? I heard it used to do very well, but that people stopped visiting it after the fire.
Yeah, the fire was complicated. Aha! Journal 4. The defeated soldiers needed a place that could hide to escape prosecution from the enemy army. This is the old Tyra soldiers. They were unable to engage with anyone from surrounding settlements, so there was no way for them to purchase new goods. This forced them to make do with what they already had, and led to a culture where tools were used for as long as possible. The act of treating old tools with respect and reusing broken or unwanted ones was seen as a virtue and called kishu. It was thought that when a tool reached the end of its lifespan and was laid to rest, then both the tool and the god to whom it was offered would be pleased. Clearly a tradition born of necessity in a hidden village of defeated soldiers. Interesting. So yeah, we're learning that the Tsukumogami Fae does definitely seem to have a history in the old Tyra soldiers. And one kind of helped with the sustenance and survival of the other. Now, as for this photo, I have no idea what that is. I have not a sausage of a clue where that might be. That's the statue, not the item location. But actually got as a fence coming across. Maybe like one of these fenced areas like over here, maybe? Like that one? That's the best guess I've got. Oops. It's the best guess that I've got is it's going to be that. Other than that, I am going to be largely guessing.
Why would someone put this here?
And then, of course, if you make your way up here, this leads to what remains of the 1,000-year-old cedar that was struck by lightning and rendered asunder.
This is the divine tree. It's in bad shape now, but I bet it used to be pretty impressive at one point.
But unfortunately, at the moment...
Yojizo-san. Someone put a shawl on it.
Indeed. Unfortunately, nothing we can do. Although, interesting, look at the back there. Do you notice how, like, at the back, there's like remnants of the Jizo statues. And notice that 3 of 5 have got like covering, which means there are 2 more to be found. Indeed. Alright then. Just gotta find it. And the thing is, we're gonna have to find it very soon as well, because once we get to Shu's house, we will not be able to return here, I'm pretty sure. So we must find these last statues in this general vicinity somewhere. Somewhere. Aha! Here's the statue. Fire. Shu's house. Shu's house is where we need to find the item, whatever it is. There was something that in the secret hideout Shu and I used. Okay. That's good business. I'm just thinking, there's a fifth statue somewhere, right? Do you remember, once we get to Shu's, there's like a whole big lake area down the back of the house that's just like, there's nothing there? I wonder if that might be something to do with what we've got to do.
So it leads here.
Mm-hmm. So, this is where we need to go to continue the game. We do not want to head in there right now. We have much work to do.
Shu, partner, it's me.
So, looking for an old shed. We're down the back here somewhere. Here we are. Yeah, remember this? No, I'm not eating your capsules, as tempting as it is. I don't remember this. This is totally new.
Partner. Thanks for everything. I'll do this without you. I'll be fine. On my own.
Signifying how we haven't used any of the pills. Hey there, partner. We've made it out some pretty vicious battles together, huh? Even had to part ways with our fair share of comrades on the battlefield. I just never thought we'd have to part ways too. But at least ours won't be a goodbye through the death on the battlefield. From now on, you can't ask for anything from me, okay? Because it's not like I can expect your help anymore. You have to look after yourself now. I won't be there to drag you to safety when you fall. But wherever we go, and no matter what we do, we'll always be part of the Space Army. And we'll always be partners.
Shu.
Shu's knowledge of medicine rivals that of a veteran pharmacist. From ingredients, efficacy, to the medicine that best matches your body, you name it and he'll be able to tell you. You can consult him with all those pains that come with growing up, like headaches to acne, and just like that, he'll recommend you medicine and also give you advice on daily lifestyle choices. Rumour got around that listening to Shu's advice really does make acne go away, and now he's really popular with the girls. I suffer from frequent headaches, so Shu gets me medicine based on my symptoms, and it really helps out. But the problem with that...
I guess I'll wait for the two of them inside the house.
is that ends up resulting in the in a forced dependence for for Hinako even on Shu, and obviously that's kind of what this is all about. Independence. A cracked hibachi brazier. This brazier was filled with charcoal to help stay warm until the large crack put an end to that. And that's what we need. But it's very sweet, you know? Okay, let's get that to statue 4. Indeed, has worked here. But there is one more still to be found. And again, my only guess is that it involves the lake area down the back of the house. It's the only place that we haven't really visited. I don't really see what else there could be. Unless maybe it is on the descent from the mountain. That's possible. That is possible. Maybe you can go back to the foot of the mountain, perhaps. Because, yeah, there's definitely nothing here, is there? I'm a bit nervous that I have missed something. But I'm gonna trust myself here. And I'm gonna trust that I haven't gone wrong. This is the hope.
I know. But I'm not afraid.
There's the doll.
I may not see you here. But I feel that you are with me.
And so that leads us
I will do what I must
to the shrine.
to be the perfect person for you.
That is where I'm going to have to leave this video, because this has gone on plenty long. I do need to break the recording so I can put this all together. So, this is the main hall area. This is where previously we would have to go through the 3 rituals for Hinako, but I guess we don't have to do any of that. We have access to everything immediately, so curious to see what's going to come of this. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen when we get our 5th statue. But that'll wait for another time. So thank you for watching, and next time, maybe we can save her soul.